are live again. 808 with Clay, here at Clay Souza Official, where we talk about flash photography. Every Monday and Wednesday at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time, we're here talking about flash photography. So join us and let's have some interesting conversation here about photography, flash photography, and everything else. Yes. Yep. You may be noticing a different background today. Did you guys notice that? Different background? Anna, hello. Did you guys notice a different background here today? Or not? Ray's like, what's going on? V-flats. No. These are just screens. So, here what happened this weekend. We've been... can you hear me okay? By the way, can you hear me okay? Cool. So this is what happened this week. We've been talking about this for a long time. But what happens is that I used to do my lives downstairs where you could see the pictures in the background, everything. What happens is that I would do that sitting in a kitchen, a kitchen aisle, and I can't leave all the lights, all the lighting set up ready there. I have to, it was like every day, okay, live time or video recording time, I would have to put the lights up, shoot, do everything I need to do, and remove lights down again and put them away. So it was a little bit of a hassle. It was taking me about, after a few times, it was taking me about like 20-25 minutes each to set up all the lights, set up computers and everything. So it was a little bit of a hassle. So what we decided to do actually, it was to flip, because this where I am here now used to be our master bedroom. So we flipped our office with our master bedroom because the office was packed. There was no room for anything in there, so I couldn't do this. So we flipped this weekend. We worked on flipping the master bedroom with the office. Now we have a huge office here, which is like 3 desks, and lights can be set up all the time, so I don't need to be putting stuff together and disassembling them and putting together and tearing apart again every day. So the background right now is not as interesting as it used to be. I kind of like this one. What do you guys think? You guys like this background here, or you prefer the other one? Let me know here in the comments. I have my own opinions about this background, but is the fan distracting? I don't know. Let me know. Is that fan over there distracting? Keep spinning, gets you guys dizzy. Ray likes that. Cool. Yeah, people seem to be liking it. Yeah, Christabel likes it. No, not distracting. Good, thank you, because it's hot in here. We have this room here gets sun all day long, so it gets hot. Yeah, so that's I actually have another desk over there. My plan was to broadcast from there. I have like one desk just for this setup. This is my work setup, and Danny's work setup is over there on the back behind the screens. But I have a desk. Oh, I can show you. It's all messed up, but I can show you. That's fine. Can you see over there? We have that one in there. That's what I was supposed to be broadcast from there, with that bookcase in the background. That was I end up not liking it because the bookcase is not as wide as I thought it was going to be. I was like kind of on the corner, kind of didn't like it. I need more space. So that's all you're going to have for a while until I come up with something better and nicer. Right? So I think that will do the trick for now. It's going to be tricky when we want to shoot together. When I want to demonstrate something with Danny, we have to go downstairs again and set everything up again. But at least you don't have to do this every time, every day. So, how was your weekend? Did you guys have a good weekend? I had a busy weekend this weekend. So, besides, we had like a engagement session on Friday, which was amazing. We went to the Rose Garden in Raleigh. If you haven't been to the Rose Garden, go there because it was it's gorgeous. There's flowers all over. We came up with some beautiful images. The images have been sent to color correction. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we got, but I think they're gorgeous. That was Friday, so Saturday was this all day long. Saturday I started with this project here, flipping the bedroom, about 7 in the morning, and we finished about midnight. Not finished yet, just this. I still had like the mess. The bedroom was a mess. So on Sunday I worked on that all day long, and then around 6 o'clock I did a set of headshots for a real estate person here and her team. So the three of them, we did headshots and also lifestyle, which I'm going to show you those pictures when we finish editing them. They look really good. They look really good. I love what I was seeing behind the camera, on the back of the camera. So headshots and lifestyle for real estate. That's really good business right there, guys. If you're not doing headshots, you should look into it. So did you guys shoot this weekend? Did you guys did any photo shoot this weekend? Let me know. Let me know. I'm curious to see how you guys doing, what you've been doing. I know that Delmar is pretty busy. He's always sending me stuff and telling me stuff that he's doing. I know he's pretty busy. Christabel said she had a busy one. What did you do for fun? Did you do anything fun this weekend? I want to start some questions, but I think I left the questions. I wrote them down. I think I left them. Yeah, they're on the other computer. Hold on, I'm going to grab them. Wait. Let me open my door. Whoop. You see the background here. You see the back end of things. Oh, here they are. Yeah, I was sitting over there doing some research. All right, cool. Andrea, I've been cleaning my house and trying to set up my schoolroom the weekend. Oh, but you know, that's an important step there, Andrea. I'm glad that you're doing that. This is really cool. Yeah. Christopher, stay fair. Woodworking kept us busy. Good. Woodworking is something that I always want to get into. Woodworking. I think it's fascinating. Maybe when I retire, maybe I'm going to get into woodworking because you guys do some beautiful work. I've seen some stuff there. Jeff can't carry his camera bag yet. Jeff, you're getting there, buddy. I hope you're feeling all right. So I got a few questions here that I want to answer. One of them is about Popup Flash. You know, when you have the camera, there's cameras that have the Popup Flash. Popup Flash, should I use it or not? That's a tricky question because any type of picture is better than no picture at all, right? So if that's what you have, use it. Ideal? No. Very, very, very tiny, small flash head, not a whole lot of power. If you can avoid it, fine. But if not, if there's nothing coming, it's better than nothing. So it's a tricky one, that one. You have to judge at the time, okay? Gilda didn't shoot, but next weekend I have a studio photo shoot. That's cool. Do you have a studio, Gilda, or are you shooting in somebody else's studio? All right, for the second question. Which niche of photography can I use flash? Is there a particular niche where it isn't recommended? That is a very good question, actually. There are some theories about people avoiding flash photography when you're shooting newborns. If you Google it, you're gonna find all kinds of things. Oh, it blinds the kid, the baby. It causes all kinds of disease, neural disturbances, things like that. I'll tell you this: I shot newborn for about 1 year. Oh, you had a studio in her house. That's cool. Good stuff. So I shot a newborn for about a year. I always avoid direct flash. Even like inside a softbox, I always like bouncing it somewhere just to get that beautiful soft light. I don't think it has a problem. I just didn't feel right doing pointing a big softbox to a baby. I don't know. It's just me. Maybe I don't think there's any problem with that. The question was which niche of photography flash is not recommended. Of course, there are some occasions where you can't use flash. For instance, if you're shooting a wedding in a church, I'll tell you this: 90% of the church is not going to say no flash. You can't shoot flash inside the church. Museums, you cannot shoot flash inside museums. Flash damage the pictures, the paintings. So you can't shoot flash inside museums, which is great. Imagine you go to this museum and there's like all kind of photography, poof, 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 flash going on all over. That's great that you cannot. A lot of places, they don't allow flash photography, mostly because of the light stand. If you put a light stand on the ground, somebody trips, they can sue the location. So that's why some wedding venues, they ask us to show proof of insurance. We need to do, like I've done, like $1 million, $2 million insurance policy to cover wedding venues. Let's say I had my light stand there and somebody trips on it, right? And breaks an arm or get hurt, they can sue the venue. That's why we have those insurance. If you're shooting professionally, you should have insurance. I go through my insurance through PPA, Professional Photographers of America. I have gear insurance for replacement, for theft, but I also have my shooting insurance, which is you go through PPA, but it's with a separate company. They provide, PPA sends to them, you get a cut. PPA probably get a cut, and it's cheaper if you go through PPA than if you go directly to the company. So, but the downside, you have to have PPA membership, right? Professional Photographers of America membership, which I have. It's great. I like it a lot. But through PPA, you can get some really good insurance on your shooting when you're out shooting. Okay, so if you don't have one, if you're shooting professionally, if you're making money, if you're charging, you should get insurance, because yeah, you'll catch up with you at some point, and you don't want that. You need to be protected. Yeah, Gilda, member of PPA. Yeah, look at your insurance over there if you don't have it yet. So I want to talk to you on this moving thing that we did this week, and it was great because, you know, you look at old stuff, you throw a bunch of stuff away, things that you don't use anymore. It's a really good cleaning opportunity, and I found some really old stuff, and I want to show you. I want to talk to you about it. First thing that I want to show you is that my very first job as a professional photographer, getting paid. The first time I got paid for anything photography was a maternity session, and I found with WHCC, White House Custom Color. The lab, it's a lab, printing lab. I still use them up to this day. They have some really good price and really decent product. I found they did this thing here. Look, this was my very first photo shoot, guys. My very first photo shoot. Watch, it's a CD case. Look, this is the image. Look at that. Very first. Look at my logo, how it was, my logo here. Photos by Clay over here. So, we did this. So, it's a CD case that when you open up, all the pictures were put in a CD with, you know, as you can see there, with a picture, and then a inside cover with another picture. Look at that. This is really cool. This is soft touch and stuff. This was my very first product. And why I'm talking about this, I want to show you guys the progression as you went through stuff. I mean, I don't think this is a bad picture to be the first one, right? What do you think? It's not great, but it's not bad neither. Here I was already shooting with Flash. Didn't know much about posing at that point, but was already doing some different stuff. And here's the CD with an image on there. All the images that were here went here, and that's what we delivered. So we charged $150 for this session. I probably paid more for the CD than anything else, but it was good. It was the very first time I saw one of my work printed, and I was very, very, very proud of it. And I thought, today I look at this, yeah, I would do a lot of stuff different here, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. I don't think it was bad at all. What do you think? Is it horrible? Just you can tell me. I have thick skin. Is it horrible? I don't think it is. Is it? Am I in love with my work that much that I don't see if it's bad like that? What do you guys think? Is it bad? So, and then what happens is that after that things start picking up, you know, people start contacting us, start shooting, especially mostly in the Brazilian community here around Raleigh, North Carolina, Apex. There's a lot of Brazilians here. So the word went out and we start getting busy, you know, shooting here, shooting there. And then we shot our first wedding. My first wedding was, well, let me track back a little bit. We spent a lot of time shooting families and high school seniors and all that type of stuff. So at that point, I was a little bit more confident, and I decided to shoot weddings. Our very first wedding was a couple that was a friend of ours. They're still our friends, even after the wedding. Yeah, they're still our friends. And we learned that they're going to get married. And we started having a conversation with them and that type of stuff. And I asked, so who's going to photograph your wedding? And she was like, oh, I don't have anybody. I mean, my aunt has a camera. My aunt will come and photograph the wedding. I mean, not really worried about it. And I told her, well, I'm starting with photography now. Never shot a wedding. Really want to get into weddings. Do you mind? Can I shoot your wedding? I will shoot it for free. You can have all the images and shoot it for free. And she said, sure, it's gonna be better if you come. It's fine. She said, my aunt can be there. I said, yeah, she can be there. I'm not going to go her way. I mean, yeah, she can come there. And then we shot the wedding. It was the very first wedding. It was the summertime, 100 degrees outdoors, and the wedding was outdoors. So it was challenging for me. One of those days where the wasn't cloudy, but there were some clouds, so the sun was peeking in and out of the clouds and stuff. It was really challenging, but the pictures turned out great. And at that point, for my first wedding, we stayed there for like 10 or 12 hours, and we shot everything we could. I already had a workflow at that point. I knew what to shoot, what needed to be done, you know, because in between this guy and the wedding, I was doing a lot of studying. I was studying a lot lights. I was studying a lot directing and posing, all that type of stuff. But always hassling, right? Always learning, always picking up the camera, always trying. We found like pictures of me taking pictures of Danny and to try new lenses, to try new equipment, all that type of stuff. So there was never like a downtime. We were really, Danny and I were really go-getters. You know, you were out there every weekend shooting and experimenting and making mistakes and learn how to edit. This is the beginning. Then we got the wedding. So I look at this thing and I think it's fantastic, because when we got the wedding, now we're wedding photographers, and what we did was we need to get the name out there, our name out there, and then we got hired again to do not a wedding, but this bride. Well, not that one, Jeff. So there was this bride who had her wedding at the beach, and what happened is they got like stupid drunk, and all the portraits pictures, they are drunk in the picture, and she hates them. She hates the pictures, and so she hired us to do a portrait session with them. And then we did. She put the dress on. He put this suit on. We changed location. I rented a studio and did. And then once we did that, we said, oh, we need to get those pictures out. And if we have some type of book that we could give to the venue with all our images, maybe we can get there. You see, in the very beginning, I was already thinking, okay, marketing. I go into the venue, go where people go. So if we could do a book or some sample images that we could leave at the venues and stuff, and then came up this brilliant idea to do this. This was my book. So, look. Some wedding pictures and stuff like that. Look. This is the bride who, hello. This is the bride who hired us to do her bridal portrait. This is in a studio in Fuquay. That's her again. This was one of my very first jobs. In this little book here, this was the real wedding that we shot, our very first wedding. People signed the guest book. These were models in a conference. I'll tell you, we were shooting like all over the place. This was in St. Louis, Shooter Fest. So another model again, there again, right? We did a book, a real album with these guys, which booked those 3 weddings. That's all we had in the past, but that was a 10 by 10 book. So this is real wedding. Let me see. Real wedding. Very first wedding. The friend of mine I was talking about. Yep, that's them again. Let me see what I got here more. Yep, her getting ready. What is this? Yeah, her getting ready. Look at that. Black and white. Look at that. Fancy. There's a lot of pictures here. Oh, this one. This picture here was so cool that we blown it out and we did a 20 by, not 20 by 30, I think 16 by 20, 16 by 24 standout of this picture. We had it hanging for a little while, actually for a long time actually. What's this? Oh, this is the bouquet. Look at the editing. Oh my God. Bouquet. Oh, this is, yeah, bouquet again. Look at it. I still do those type of shots nowadays. You still do those type of shots. There they are. Hey. I look at this nowadays and I'm like, oh my God, long time ago. Yep, look at that. Sepia editing, kind of sepia, black and white. I don't know what it really is. Yeah, and the last one, this guy over here. Yeah. So models, not real clients. So that's what we did in the beginning, because a lot of people ask me, how did you get started? How did you get from zero to where you are today? And this is how we started, pretty much shooting models, shooting a wedding for free. And every weekend there was something to shoot, right? A lot of families, a lot of portraits, high school seniors. I would shoot a lot of sports also, you know, my motorcycle races, and when I didn't have anything to shoot, I would find a model and go. The point is that I was out there shooting. I was there out there practicing. I was out there learning where I was going to fail and coming back home and studying and going back and trying to do better. And then a few years later, through PPA, they have one of those Eastern chapter, and I went to one of those classes. I was thinking like I think it was like a 3-day type of thing through PPA. Oh, and I found this guy here. This guy here is where we sent our welcome packet. We had like a welcome packet when people signed the contract with us. We'd put the contract, the printed contract in here, what to wear guide, the thank you card, all kinds of stuff. We would go all on those. I remember going to Staples and buying like every one of them that I could find, different colors and stuff. That's where our welcome packet was going to go. It is something that we don't do anymore. I really think we should be doing it. It's just a lot of work, so we stopped doing that. So back to the PPA workshop, the Eastern version of the PPA workshop. So they brought this big name. What's it? Joe Domitelli, something like that. I can't remember his last name. I was trying to remember it today and I couldn't. So he was one of the speakers, and I went to the classes. I went for the first time I saw like Lindsay Eller. The first time I saw her talking about fashion photography and posing, all kind of stuff, and the amount of knowledge that I get from that stuff was amazing. And we create this little album here. This is a 6x6, I guess, little album with a bunch of images. So these guys here is what we used to leave in a venue when we started. We thought this would be Joe McNally. That's right. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah. So we never got out any wedding from this because people we delivered this. People probably tossed it out. I mean, this was my idea of, okay, what am I going to do to get my name out there? So these are shot here in our home over here. They came to talk about the wedding. We shot them. It was about Christmas time. That's Danny over there. So Danny was my model for a long time. Hey, spot collar, look at that. Oh my God, look at that. This spot collar, I thought it was the nicest thing ever. There's another white background right over there over Christmas time. Look at that pose. That's not bad. That's not bad pose. Photo shoot with models, right? I thought this picture was the most beautiful thing ever. Yep, that's what I thought in the beginning when I started. This also was something that I really liked, like high key image. And yeah, this one here. Look at this composition here. Look at this posing. Oh my goodness, upside down. Look at that blown out sky. Oh, the blown out skies. And this guy, tough guy over here. Yeah, he likes orange right now. I don't know. So I did this book, but what I want to call you is this image here on the front. Look at this. Look at this image. Look at this image. This was one of my very first album. This was actually my very first album that I created. Look at this image. Pretty cool, huh? This model from New York City, she came to the PPA, and Joe McNally had her. And why do I want to talk about this picture? This is what happened. Joe McNally went there and he talked about flash photography. He had this huge soft box, like a huge umbrella, and he set the model there and he starts posing and talking to us and blah 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 blah, and lighting and moving her here, moving her over there, face this way, this way. He's explaining all of that. I was fascinated. I was like, oh my goodness, I had never seen anything with so many details like I was seeing for the first time. And Joe's there in the front and talking. There were about like probably 15, 20 people in the room. And all right, cool. So you went there, he shot a bunch of stuff, and he said, well, now you guys can come and shoot. Poor model was there, and I stopped over there, and people were like, do this, do that, and she was just not taking direction. I was shooting, boom, 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 boom. I wasn't moving her much because I didn't want to mess her up. And at that point, I had in mind is I need portfolio, I need image for my portfolio, so I didn't want to mess her up. So I shot her the way she was, and I just kept moving. As she moved a little bit this way, somebody would change her pose or do a picture. But this is the one that stuck up anymore, the most. This is the one that stayed with me the most. So we create this little album. It's acrylic cover, has a beveled edge here. It's really cool, very nice. I don't even know where that album is from. It was some company that was offering some samples, and I just jumped into it. I think it was free. Yeah. Anyway. Why am I going back to that image? Because a lot of people ask me, how did you do this? How did you do that? Okay, Andrew's asking, what would be the equivalent of a wedding venue to market kids photography? Like I just dropped off a bunch of those books at daycare. Daycare might be one venue, but do you think like mom and dad will grab a book? I mean, that's the question. I mean, how? Because you get to market to mom and dad, not at daycare. I don't think daycare. I don't think daycare is a good venue. They go in, drop the kid off, and go off to work. And after work, they're tired. They're not going to stop and see and look at flyers and things like that. If I was marketing for kids, It depends. If you want to do newborn, hospitals where they try to find a partnership. If you want to shoot newborn, try to find a partnership with a hospital that's going to let you put like some big 24 by 36 or 20 by 30 images on the hallway. There's some way to do this with your logo in there, leave some business cards and stuff. That would be a thing to do for newborn. If you're doing something that's bigger, older than newborn, I would try Facebook ads. Instagram is going to depend. Okay, younger folks on Instagram, older folks are on Facebook. I would market on Facebook, especially now with fall coming now. We get super busy at fall. Everybody wants family pictures at fall, so that's what you want. You want to create your marketing around a theme. Maybe we talked about this already, Andrew, about the princess theme. You know, do a theme like that and blast Facebook's ads. I mean, put ads there, target mom and dad. So you first thing you need to do is to target. You create your avatar. Who are you targeting on your ads, and then you go from there. And Facebook, I would say Facebook is a good venue for you to do that. Okay. So going back to the picture here, why do I want to talk about this picture? Because it was a really good picture, beautiful picture. It came back here, we edited it. It was like, oh my God, there was very little editing to do. Oh my God, this is gorgeous, this is gorgeous, this is gorgeous. And then it hit me, like, I cannot recreate that image. I didn't have the knowledge to recreate that image. His light setup and stuff, I could not recreate that image. And I remember feeling really bad about it because I couldn't. This guy went there, he posed the model, he set up the light. All I did was walk in and push the button and fire his flash, his lights, and move to the end of the line. Time came again, boom. All I was doing is this. And when it came time to market, I felt really bad because I knew for a fact that I could not recreate that image. I could not recreate that lighting. I could not pose her the way he did. Although he was explaining, it still didn't sink to me. It still didn't make sense to me why he was doing it that way. Then I learned something else. I learned that how much I didn't know. And why I'm talking about this today? Because I see this happening over and over and over again. When I do my photo walks around town, here, we get people in there, and I go there, I pose, I light, I explain how to do it, and I push the button. How many people are really listening to me? How many people are thinking through the shot? They just get in line and they push the button and they walk around. Push the button and walk around. Nobody changed the model pose. Nobody does anything. Do you think they can go back and recreate that scene again if they have to by themselves? Some will. Some will. When I teach workshops, I see this all the time, right? The thing with me is that I like to know if you learned or not. That's the thing when I'm teaching. I take pride to see people moving ahead, like Delmar, for instance. Delmar came to do a mentoring with me, and his photography is much better today than what was. And I take pride on that. And sometimes things fail. I go back to him and say, what happened here? Why did it fail? What happened? This is not supposed to happen at this point now. Because I want people to move forward. If you come to do a workshop with me or a mentoring session with me, I'm going to teach you everything I know. And if you come for another one, a more advanced one, I'm expecting that you already know what I taught you. I'm not don't want to teach you again unless it's necessary. You're gonna step back and teach you again. But the point is that be conscious when you go to those workshops of what you see on the back of the camera, and ask yourself the question, can I reproduce this with a client? If I had a client tomorrow, can I do that very same shot again? Because that's the only way that you're going to get better. Photographers are famous for reading about stuff, watching videos, and we already think we know this. Ah, I got this. I got this. You know, no, you don't. It's not. It doesn't work like that. You have to practice. I've talked here about a few, I think last month or 2 months ago, about the rain shot, that I knew how to do it, but the opportunity came, I didn't have on my bag of tricks. I didn't even think about it. And I'll tell you, you get into some situations sometimes that gets tricky. You need to know. You need to really know what it is, what you're doing, because like I couldn't pull that shot again, but I was honest with myself. I was honest with myself. I looked at that image and I put that image on my website, and I immediately felt bad, because if somebody looked at that image next day and said, I love that image, can you recreate that? I would never be able to light that way and recreate that. Yes, exactly that, Mark. You cannot, you really did not learn if you can't recreate from beginning to end. I mean, that's key, from beginning to end. It's not only lighting, it's directing, it is posing. We need to be better rounded photographers. How many photographers that I see that I have beautiful pictures, but they cannot pose for the life of themselves. I mean, they cannot pose, or they can pose, but they cannot light correctly. We need to be well-rounded to be successful. And the first step is being honest with yourself. So, challenge for you is go back to your images and be honest. Look at those images, because I do this exercise myself. Leave the pride to the side. Don't be that guy, because we get emotionally attached to our image. Everybody does. Everybody does. But let's leave that attachment to the side and be a judge of your image. If you want me to look at your image and give you real, true feedback, send it to me. Send me 3 of your best images. DM them to me, and I'm going to critique them for you. I will do a video and send you privately. I'm not going to put anything public, but I will point out the things that I see that are a problem. Because guys, that's the only way to get better. That's the only way to get better. And we have to have tougher skin. We need to be tough. We need to be critical of our work. Otherwise, never happens. I see that happening a lot. Look at this image, it's beautiful. No, it's not. It's an okay image. It's a well taken image. But if I pull up my phone, I can create the same thing. That's not professional. If you call yourself a professional photographer, you have to own it. And what makes you different? What makes you different from everybody else? I keep banging on that note. You're probably sick and tired of hearing me saying you need to be different, because that's the only way to survive on this industry, is being different. It's providing something that the guy down the street is not. Okay, so what I want you to do, I really want you to do this. I want you to send me 1, 2, up to 3 images that you think are your best images, and I'm going to look at them, and I'm going to point out what's right, and if there's anything wrong, I'm going to point it out. Don't do that if you don't have thick skin. Don't do that if you're going to get mad at me. I don't want you mad at me. I'm doing this to help you, because not because I know more or less. I mean, it's not that. It's a different point of view. The way I look at the image is different. Okay, so send me your images. I challenge you to send me your images, and I will do a video review of them and send you privately. Nobody's going to see those. Also, another thing here, 2 more things before we close. So I'm going to put this image here for you guys to remember this. Remember, I shot that image. Let me rephrase this. I pushed the button, the camera button, to create that image. I didn't create it. Somebody else created it. I just shot it. And I could not, at the time, I could not reproduce it. Just remember that. If you go to a workshop, if you take a shot, if you look at the image, can you reproduce it? Can you really reproduce it? If you can't, great, awesome, awesome. I applaud you. But if you can't, you have to step back and think. Okay? So, two things before we leave. One is Mark Delmar, and Jeff. I want to publish your images, the silhouette challenge that I did. You guys gave me some good image. Can I post those images on our Instagram feed? Let me know yes or no here. So I'll start posting them so everybody can see what you did because you sent those to me. All right. And also, second thing, Mark has invited me to thanks guys, thank you. I'll start posting them. Mark has invited me to go to his group. He has a photography group, and he has invited me to go there and talk about posing. So we agreed on a date that I can't remember what it is. Where's my phone? Oh, my phone's over there. No, where's my phone? My phone's over there. And Mark, is it okay if we invite people to come? I'm already inviting people without asking him. Mark, let me know in the comments. And if you can put like yeah, Ray, it's in North Carolina. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, it is gonna be a session on posing. Mark, let me know if it's okay if people come and join, if they want to come. What's happening here? Control T. What? Mark, you there? Let's go over here. I'm trying to find the date. I know it's August sometime. All right. This is my calendar here. Posing lecture, Mark. Yeah, it's August 12th. Yeah, August 12th. You're going to talk about posing. It's going to be in Raleigh. Okay, Mark is gonna check on space. If we have space, I think it's going to be all right if you guys come. I will let you know. I will let you know beforehand, but it is August 12th. We're going to talk about posing, how to pose, how to direct, all that kind of good stuff, answer all kinds of questions, okay? So if you guys can join, I think if Mark gives us the green light, we will let you guys know. If not, we can get together at some point and work on posing. Also very, very important, guys. All right? So, challenge for you. Send me up to 3 of your best images. Let me critique them for you. Let's get better. Let's look at these pictures critically instead of being, oh my God, I create this. Good. Be proud of what you do, but think also, how can I get better? Because that's the only way that I could go from here to the types of image that I create today. Okay? Thank you so very much for being here, for the support. I thank you a lot, and I will see you on Wednesday at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time here, hashtag 808 with Clay. Tell your friends, bring people to this channel. If you enjoy the content, if you have ideas or things for me to talk about, please, 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 please send them to me. If you have questions, send them to me. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Have a great night, guys. Bye.